Should I go with white? White or red? Good night. Good night. Thank you so much for joining. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Good night, everyone. Happy New Year. I am just going to chat with you a little bit while I'm doing what I'm doing. So, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful day. And I hope you all are looking back and giving God thanks for 2023. Because honestly, people, when you look at it, a whole heap of people start out 2023 and they're not here today. So we have to give God thanks right now when we look back at everything. The Grace Triller, they have a song, Thank You, Lord. And hello, Happy New Year, Miss Campbell. The Grace Triller, they have a song, Thank You, Lord. And you see, every New Year, I have to sing that song. Because you see, when you look at the goodness of God, we are healthy, we are alive. That is the most important thing. We have to give God thanks. When you look back, at 2023, for a lot of us, it might not be what we expected it to be. Maybe we made our plans. Happy New Year, Miss Wilby. Exactly. Always be grateful for life. Always. Right. When we look back, we might set our New Year's resolution for 2023, and then right now you're sitting back and you're wondering, but I never do this. Maybe you said that you were going to travel. Maybe you said you were going to the gym. Maybe you said you were going to give up sweets. Please hit the like button for me, please, as you come. And then when you look back now, you realize that you have done none of that. Nothing. And maybe now you're sitting down, planning and setting a new set of resolution for 2024. I, Miss Brown, sorry, Happy New Year and God's richest blessing to you also. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes with you tonight. I'm not going to stay long. I would just want for every single one, 14 individuals that is here right now, I would just want for you to just look back and just give God thanks for everything that He has done for you. I would want for you to look back, not being not being sorry for anything that you did for 2023. The reason why I'm saying this is every single thing that we have done for the past year, it's because of the will of God. It was not up to you alone. He made it possible for you to do that. And at times, people right now, a lot of them might be looking back. In 2023, they lost their husband. Don't mean gone 6 feet under, but divorce or something. You lost your job, your home, your family is broken, you lost a loved one. And I would want for you to know that in spite of all of that, be thankful because it could have been worse. It could have been worse. So for 2024, let us get our peace back, get the joy back, get the faith back. Because sometimes, along the way, you come onto, you encounter obstacle, you encounter something, and because of what you encounter, you realize that you lost the faith that you had before. You realize that you're heading down a path that you don't want to go in. And when you realize that, you have to just pull yourself out of that direction that you're heading and give God thanks. Hi, Rose. Good night. Good night. So, for everyone, make 2024 the year of purpose for you, the year when you will get everything that you have lost throughout the years. I don't know if, hold on for me. Right, sorry. I don't know if all of you see, with COVID, when I look at it, you see 2020, 2021, and a part of 2022, it was like your entire life was put on hold. Everything, it was just like a pause for you. And then came 2022, everything started to get back to normal. 2023, everything back to normal, not fully 100%, but close to what it used to be. And when you look, you might have said, okay, then from COVID until now, I am struggling. I'm struggling to get back into the position that I used to be. I'm struggling to get financial stability that I used to have. I don't have it again. I'm struggling with my business from COVID. 2023, you realize that, okay, I used to be at 30, now I reach 35, I reach 40. You realize that, okay, you're getting back to that peak that you used to be. So I would want for people to know that even though for 2023, you did not accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish, but know that for 2024 is the year when you're supposed to get your purpose, get back your joy, your peace, your love, your faith, get that job, everything that you expect to accomplish, get it for 2024. Now you must be wondering, why am I telling you to get it? Like it's just sitting there for you to just, hi, Sandra, Happy New Year to you. Right? Like it's just sitting there waiting for you to grab. It won't be that easy. You have to know that anything that you want, you have to work towards it. You see that joy that we all crave? The only way we can get that joy is when we put our mind, in the frame of mind. That is the only way when we can get it. When you start to focus on happiness, when you start to focus on peace, when you start to look at everything with that positive mindset, you don't look at the negativity around certain things, you look at the good side of it. That is the only way we'll be able to get back our joy. When somebody look at you and they might say something to you that upset you, instead of you now cursing, start to get angry about it, you just smile and you just say to yourself, you know what, I'm having a good day. I'm not going to let because of you it interrupt, it disrupt. No. So get back your joy, get back your peace. If you have that neighbor that every single thing that you do, the neighbor complain. If you play a radio, then complain, say too loud. If you sweep up your yard, then complain. Say yeah, the rubbish a blow over there. If you have a ackee or a mango tree and the leaf fall over there, they complain. You realize that because of that person, the piece is missing in your environment that you want to be there. So just think about it. Just look at that and just try your very best to make sure that you get back that peace. Ignore that person because it's a whole heap of times we make because of the next person misery. It take away our joy, our peace that we're supposed to have. Happy New Year, Miss Brown. Happy New Year to you and everyone else that is on this live. Right. Because you see, when you look on it sometime, whole heap of people, they're miserable with their life. When I said miserable, they are miserable. And because of how miserable they are, they try to get you upset. Then try to do everything to draw you out. Because sometimes, they want you to curse, they want you to do something out of the norm. And I realized that 2023, it has ended for me, not the way that I would want for it to be, because I planned a lot of stuff for 2023, and out of them, maybe about 4, I accomplished. And when I'm looking at it now, I have to say, okay, then. I said it to my mother this evening. As of February, we're going to do something. Because last year, we planned that every single month we're going to go somewhere. We didn't. We didn't. So I said to her, everything as of February, let us do that. And the reason why I'm saying that, you see, at times we are so stuck in our environment, in the house. We go work, house, work, house, work, house, church, school. If you do that, and the cycle continues, you realize that you're not doing anything to enjoy yourself. It's just the same thing you're doing: work, 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 home, 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 nothing more. And you sit down, you hear people talking, or you realize that life is passing you by because you're just sitting there waiting on that special time when you take vacation, when you do this or something for you to go. No, even if it is just for a day, make sure you go. If it's a day pass, go. Because we have to get back our happiness, our joy, and we can't expect another person to give it to us. We have to go out and we have to seek it. We have to make ourselves happy. So for 2024, don't depend on anyone for you to be for your happiness. Don't. Because you see, what I'll get to understand, when you put your all in another human being, expect disappointment. Expect disappointment because that person might, maybe, I don't know, just looking out for themselves. They don't care about your feeling. And you have a lot of people, they put their all into people. They put their 100% trust into people, saying that this person will do this person will do that. And lo and behold, it no work out so. You have right now, I know for sure, you have a female sitting down somewhere crying because 2023, it started out she was married or in a good relationship and now it's end and maybe she's sitting there alone or a male. No, don't let it get you down. Just know that maybe that person was not for you and the right person is sitting somewhere waiting on you. So maybe for 2024, you will meet that person. So everything that you have lost for 2024, 2023, get it back in 2024, sorry. So the peace of mind that I didn't have, get it back. If you want that job, go and seek it. And this is what I would want for people to understand. A lot of times you hear that if you don't know somebody here or there, you're not getting up work. That is true. But you have to understand that you have to represent yourself. When you look at job and you go to an organization, whether it be just for the interview, make sure that you're dressed to impress. Make sure that you do your proper research. So if the person look at you and say, tell me about the organization, you can't tell them anything. If the person look at you and said, tell me what is your plan for the next 5 years, you're clueless. How do you expect to get that job, that perfect job that you have hoped for? You see this job in the paper or on a website, you apply for it, you said, yes, I want that job. And then when they finally call you for an interview, you're there and prepare for it. You're not ready yet. So make sure that for 2024, if you're searching for that job, any job that you searched for, make sure you do two things. You look at the duties and responsibility that they're asking for. Make sure that you set up your resume to match what they're asking because it don't make sense you're applying for an inventory officer position, and when you look at your resume, you see on it that you used to be a customer service here, you used to be a receptionist here, and all of that. Make sure that you set it up in a way because when you look at it, if you're a receptionist or admin, you used to do inventory in it. So I like those duties. If you used to do customer service, you used to be responsible for some inventory somewhere along the line, whether it be your stationery or so forth. Do your research. Make sure that you sell yourself to get that perfect job. Because it no make no sense you say you want a good work and then when you apply, they look at your resume, they realize, oh, but this person have the qualification, this person have the experience. And when they call you for the interview and start to ask you the questions, you're clueless. You don't know how to answer them. So do the research. If you say for 2024 you want a husband, make sure that you set yourself to be that good wife for that person, because you can't say you want a good husband, or you want a husband for 2024, and yet still you're sitting there playing the side girl role. You're sitting there playing the baby mother or the ex-wife or some role. No, make sure that you put yourself in the position. So if you want to be the wife, you want to get a ring, make sure you work towards it for 2024. Make sure that, okay, then guess what? May I go take care of you, may I go do this, may I go do that, may I go do so forth. Because you have to make sure that you prepare yourself for the role that you're planning on getting for 2024, because it don't make sense when you get the role you're not prepared for it. So if you realize that I know one couple right now, every year they said, okay, this is the year that we're going to get a child from CDA, this is the year we're going to get a child from CDA. Last year they got a home. In the room, a room, they prepare it. They prepare the room for the baby. All know they don't get the baby. They don't get the baby. Lo and behold, I was shocked the other day when I got a WhatsApp inviting me to a baby shower. I'm like, what baby shower? And I was looking at it. And I'm like, okay, so I decided to call the person. I never knew that this person was pregnant, because what she said is that she was pregnant, but she decided to keep it on the down low because she was pregnant before and she had a miscarriage. I think she was pregnant maybe about 4 times before. So this time she said she not tell nobody, she keep it on the down low. I just people who see her know say she pregnant. So now she send out her invite for baby shower. So you might be sitting there thinking that, okay, I'm going to get a child to adopt. I'm going to do this. And you realize that, lo and behold, guess what? Before you get one to adopt, you're going to become a biological parent to one. So make sure you prepare yourself for the role that is going to come. Because if they didn't prepare, maybe it would have kept them by surprise. Maybe no, they would have to think and said, okay, the child is going to need a room, the child is going to need a crib, the child is going to need this. But they prepare because all along they're waiting on CDA to give them that child. So make sure that you put yourself in the position that you want. If you want to own that business, get up and work towards it. Don't sit down and expect that, okay, guess what? I want to start my restaurant, and then you say, oh, I not have enough money. All right, then I not have this. Okay, then. If you want to start a restaurant, maybe I have to start from selling soup. Maybe I have to start from selling porridge in the morning or jerk chicken. Start from somewhere, because you have to prepare yourself. So let 2024 be the year when all the plans that you make, you will get. Make it be the year of purpose for you. Because I know that a lot of people right now, they're sitting down and they're looking back and they're like, I never achieved nothing for this year. I not achieve nothing. I'm miserable same way. I live here so same way. I not have no money same way. I not have this same way. And you realize that that the person might be sitting down thinking about, the fact that the year end and maybe they're looking in the bank account and they only see $200 or 2,000 Jamaican dollars. And they're sitting down wondering what they're going to do with that. And they're saying that, okay, the year done, me broke. I same way me going to be broke for 2024, because here in Jamaica they have this saying, anyway the year start you, I saw it I go finish with you. That's what they normally say. But understand, if the year catch you broke, it no means for 2024, for the rest of the year, ending of 2024, you're going to be broke. No. All you have to do is put yourself in that mind frame to say that, okay, the year catch me with $2,000 in my bank account. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that by the time the year finish, I have 200,000 or 20,000. You save towards it. If it means say you have to go in and want to look a partner, You go in at the partner. You throw the partner, you put on a little money. And you just do like that. If it means that every month you get paid, you take out a $2 or a $3 or a $5,000, you do that and put it aside. Because you see, our mind, that is what hold us back a lot. When me say it hold us back, I mean it hold us back like crazy. My mind hold me back for maybe about a couple years well in my late 20s and early 30s. And the reason why I'm going to share this with you, I remember some time ago I was asked to do a presentation somewhere. This presentation that I was supposed to do was a whole heap of big shot people was there. Simple put it like that. I won't tell you exactly who. And when they asked for me to do it, I was like, no, I can't do it. Because what I normally do is that I normally prepare the presentations and hand them over to my supervisor at that time. So she would go and she would do the presentations. And I was like, no, I can't go do that. I can't go stand up in front of all of them people there and go talk. I was like, but this person is going to be there. That person, I can't do it. And I remember when I went, it was at Jamaica Conference Center. When I went and I stand, I was looking at the crowd and people, all I had to say was, good day, everybody. And I paused and I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked. Lo and behold, there was a clock at the back of the room. For the entire presentation, I just focused on that. That's what I did. And I focused on the presentation and I was like, oh, okay. When I finished, there was like, you never make any eye contact with the crowd. You there, you look at the back of the room, you look up there, so you look there and you look. And I was like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. And my supervisor said, all right, then I know exactly what I'm going to do. I said, what are you going to do? The following week, she invited me to another one. The lady at the time, I was like, what how? That made I think to myself, because she invited me. I did the presentation. I thought she was going to present. When she went up, she was like, Miss So and so is going to present. I was like, what? I was shocked. I was like, but how would she do that? When I started to do that presentation, it was at a place, and here in Jamaica, those places are known for having poor technology. So their PowerPoint, the projector was not working. So I was like, okay then. So now I have to do it out of me. And when I did it, I was like, okay. When I finish, me hear the people them a clap. And I was like, what them a clap for? And I was looking and I was like, why are they? And she came up and she hugged me. And she said, you see, no, I figured out how to get it to do presentation. I said, why? She said, you can't do presentation using projectors. You have to do it and just speak like that. I was like, really? She said, yes, because when you're using the PowerPoint, you're staring at the screen, you're looking there and you're looking at. So I'm telling you this because my mind, all along I had it in my mind that I can't do this. I can't stand up. I can't speak before a commissioner. I can't speak before a judge. I can't speak before I educate. I can't do that. I can't speak before a professor. That was what I was thinking all along. Because when you look at these people, see the simple Tom Jones, see the simple this, see the simple that. When you looked at them, what you see is their title that they hold. That's what you see. If it's a politician, you don't see the person name alone, you see the bigger. So I am telling you this because all along I used to say, I can't do it, I can't do it. It hold me back until that particular time. So you see, our mind, it is powerful. Anything you tell your mind, that is what you're going to believe. Because here, for 3 to 5 years, I was presenting, not presenting, I was preparing presentation, and my boss used to go and do it. That's what used to happen. And then finally, she said, no, I have to give you the boss. And funny enough, I did that presentation. After I did it, maybe about 6 months, I got a call. You see, here in Jamaica, you see, when people call you and beg you to come work for them, you know you're good at what you do. You know you're good. And I got a call. I was like, but I don't know what you're talking about. I did not apply for any job. And the person said, we know, but we want for you to come. And I was like, okay, then. I said, okay. So I went. The day of the interview, me not even did show up at the day of the interview, because me I said, no, me can't manage that a position because it was a huge position. It is a huge position. I was saying to myself, me can't manage it. So I didn't go to the interview. And maybe about a hour or two, I got a call after my interview time. I sent a message to let them know that I had a meeting. I actually did have a meeting. And I got a call asking if I could come for the interview for the following day. I said, okay. So I went. And now, guess what happened? Every single month, sometime all 2 times for the week. That's how it goes. So don't let your mind. Hi, Lady V. How you doing? Good night. Happy New Year. Hi, Uncle Sky Church. Happy New Year. What her name? Don't let your mind hold you back, because your mind is going to hold you back and it's going to have you in that little corner. You're not going to see your true potential. You're going to be stuck in a little position. You're going to see people that make big bucks, and you might be saying to yourself, I can't manage them position there. I don't want to be no this, I don't want to be no that. Them position, they big, them position, they come with headache. No. Especially when you know that you're doing the job already. Just go for it. Don't let it hold you back. Because you see, the thing is, I said it before. I don't know if anyone here remember. I used to work in the banking industry. And what used to happen, a lot of times people used to come to customer service. And when they come to customer service, when you hear how they treat people, it used to be scary because there wouldn't be no pure disrespect and so forth. So because of that, you don't want to deal with people. When you spend and you know how your mouth stay, you don't want to deal with people. You rather just stay in your little corner and just do your thing. No. So if anyone here tonight is like that, let 2024 be the year when you will let loose. Don't let your mind hold you back. So if you want that big position, go for it. Practice. When you do, if you're preparing presentation for your boss, make sure that you know what you put in there. And make sure so you're not put nothing there, that you wouldn't present for yourself. Because every time I look back and I always say to myself, imagine if I never put my all into that presentation, because I did not know that she was going to ask me to do the presentation. I did not know. So make sure that every single thing you do, you put your best. You give it your 100%, not 50, but your 100%. So let 2020, the dream job, go for it. If you want that house, go for it. Don't let it hold you back. If you're in Jamaica and when you look at the price for house nowadays, you see the 15, you see the 16, the 20 and all of that. If I know one gated community, say you look for 20 million or something, no matter make it hold you back. Go for it. Because you see the good thing is you have NHT, you have Jamaica National, you have Victoria Building Society. And once you're in a good job, once you have the money coming in, they will be glad to give you a loan. They're not really business nowadays. If you want to pay it back, if you can pay it back, as some me look at it. And let me tell you the reason why I said that don't really business if you want to pay it back, because they know if you fail to pay that mortgage for 6 months, they know that they can put it up and they get double for what they gave to you. Because you see that with the price for house, guess what? It just go up, up, up. It not depreciate. The value just keep on rising. So when you look at it, banks, once you have the income, you get your statement, you get your job letter, and you go to it. So if you want to own that home, go for it. If you are afraid about the mortgage, I say, okay, my mortgage I gotta be 90, 100 and odd thousand. make sure that if you're buying a house, make sure say anyway you figure get the when you get your pay, the first thing come out, your mortgage. So you pay your mortgage, Try if you get a side hustle. So if you can teach, get a teaching job. The good thing about teaching nowadays, you don't have to go in front of the classroom. You can do it online. Maybe you can start a YouTube, TikTok. You can do something. Call center, oh Lord. That is like one of the easiest job nowadays to get. And the good thing about working in call centers is the flexibility, because some of them you don't have to go in. The time you can work like from 5 p.m. or from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. or so forth. So once, if you don't have any children or anything, you try to do that so you can make sure say you pay your mortgage. The good thing about getting a mortgage is this year, don't think that this year you're going to pay 100,000 and next year you pay 110. No. If you're paying 100 this year for the next 10 years, and that you're going to pay. So after a time, the little money, the money will come out, you're not even going to miss it, because your earnings going up, the mortgage rate remain the same. So if you want to go for the house, go for it. If you want a car, oh Lord, that is one of the easiest thing. Most time because the people them at Jamaica, literally, I curse financial institutions here in Jamaica because they make it so easy for our young people to get a car loan. And guess what happened to them? Hi, Carolina Rodriguez. Good night. Yeah, there you go. Oh Lord. All right. My Spanish rusty. So I don't know where you type right there, so dearest. Right. They make it too easy for them to get a car loan. And guess what happened? Good night, Venice. They get the car loan, then get the car. Yes. Then feel good now, Then go buy a license. So when they go on the road, they can't drive properly. So they get the car loan, maybe a couple months down the line, you see them a walk. Where's the car? Guess what happened? Write off. So me cost the financial institutions here in Jamaica because they're too quick to give car loans, As you go and get your license, then a business when you get it, guess what? Car. Exactly. With call center, you can do it from home in the comfort of your bed and so forth. You just do it and you get your money. So if you want a new car, it is the easiest thing for you to get here in Jamaica. So if for 2024 if you drive one 1990 something or one 2000, one car where I brought down Pine Road with you or this, work towards it and go for it if that is what you want for 2024. The next thing too is that a lot of people, they see something they want, they don't need it, they want it, and because they want it, they go for it. But make sure that anything you see and you want, make sure that you're in a position to sustain it. So just because you might see the nice pretty SUVs all over the place and you feel say you want one, you run go feet, and then when you get it you realize you can't pay the $12,000 for full the tank, you can't pay the toll, you can't do this when it come on to service, you can't do it, you can't pay the insurance. Make sure that you're in a position to sustain it, to pay the bills and to do everything. Because if you're not, you're going to be back to square one, right back to square one. So make sure that anything that you put your mind to, you get. You see, there's a saying, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Sorry. Hold on there. Let me put on this jacket. Right. Effort without courage and direction. Because you see, the thing is, if you don't have the direction as to where you want to go, nothing not going to happen. You have some people, they come up with some wonderful plans. And when you ask them, how are you going to get it? You realize that they don't know. They don't know. When you ask, okay, why you want to do it, they can't tell you. So make sure that you have that purpose Make sure you have the purpose and the direction, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. So you need the courage. Where's my shoes? Where's my shoes? Lord. Okay, sorry. Let me sit and wait a little bit. Right. So make sure that anything you want, you go, you work towards it. If you work with your phone, type it up in your phone, you plan what you want to do and everything. If you work with book and paper, you draw for your pen, you write it. Draw for a piece of paper, you write it down. Some people that stick to the diaries do that. And you just write what you need, what you want to accomplish. Make sure that you plan it properly. Make sure you work towards it, because it don't make sense. Come tomorrow, you hear, oh, my New Year's resolution is to do this, is to do that. And come next week, you forget everything about it. You not even remember what you did say you want to do. You don't remember. If you plan to lose that 10 pound, make sure say you got a gym. You change your diet and you lose it. But don't think say the pizza, the KFC, the burger, no gym, or you continue with the pizza, the KFC, and you go gym. The things say that I go work. It not go work. It have to be both ways. So you have to go to the gym, and you have to change the diet for you to lose the weight. I know that when you look, you see a lot of people, they are complaining, or people might be cursing and saying certain things to them, then waste them year, them do this, them do that, and so forth. You see, once you have life, don't give up. Don't. Because you have people, they are going to look at you, they are going to tell you, say, you don't worth anything. They're going to tell you that you're this, you're that, and everything. But you see, the good thing about it, you see, once you have the ambition, you can sit, you can come up as to how you're going to let those same individuals look at you, and say something different. Once you have the ambition, you have some people, they don't have any ambition, so they don't change anything. But just make sure that the same set of people them who look at you in 2023 and call you all the names and say all of the negativity around about you, make sure that for 2024, when they look upon you, they can say something different. When they look at you, they realize that you're not in the same position that you used to be. Something better are going for your life. Something better. Me say, I remember when was it? Oh Lord, that's so long. I'm trying to remember when I got my divorce. And I don't remember when. Oh Jesus. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't even remember. 2020 or 2019. Anyway, one out of those 2 years. I remember during that time, I am an Adventist. And Adventists, they don't believe in a certain things. I remember someone look at me and somebody said, you shouldn't, because as a wife, you have to make sure say you're this, and in the sight of God, you're this. And I was so, me feel bad, when a person done with me, I me say me feel bad, me feel bad, me feel bad, me feel bad. Because I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, here am I now. Me finally feel good within myself because me step out of my shoes, me do something. People never expect certain. Hey, and Princess Rose Doll, in 2 days' time, that got happen with me, in 2 days' time. And a January 1 yet. So in 3 days' time. Oh Lord, yes, age. Right. So I was like, oh me feel bad. When me say me feel bad, me mean me feel bad within myself. Because they look at me and they must say, you're this, you're that. And I'm like, okay then. So you know what me do? Me stop go church. Me no bother go back to church. Me leave church alone. Because of what the people them say right there. So I say, okay then. Since me are coming out on a present, When me come, before me leave church feeling blessed and highly favor, wouldn't bet me leave church feeling depressed and like me this and me that. So I stop going to church. And when I stopped going to church, even though I was not going to church, I still read my Bible, everything just the same. You know what I realized? It was like nothing. When you go around and with people, I remember once I went somewhere and somebody saw me and they said, "Oh, it's been a while. Oh, is it?" And I said, "No, I'm happily divorced." And the person said, "Oh, thank God." You see, when the person said that, "Oh, thank God," I was like, hmm. The lady said, "Girl, you can do so much better. Me don't know where you did I do that." So the lady did, and the lady come and the lady hugged me up and the lady kissed me. And I was like, okay then. And I was thinking to myself, look at this. I went to the house of God, and while I was at church, then tell me, say me this and me that, or me shouldn't. And here am I now. This lady come, hug me, and everything. So you realize, so I say, okay, you realize what happening, where you expect to get the comfort, you never get it. And the place where you never expect to get it, that's where you get it. And I was like, okay, then this is what I'm talking about. Me feel good. Me feel good within myself and everything. So I went back to church, and when I went back to church, the same lady that said it to me, she came up and she was like, "Oh, you doing? We haven't seen you in such a long time and you this and that." I was like, yeah. I mean, did I talk to her and I look on her and I say, yes, watch you all. Watch it. And that me I say in my mind, and everything. And I'm like, okay, okay. And while she was talking, I was just looking at her and I was like, if I continued coming to church, thanks to COVID, it never come like anything when we did stop. If I did continue, people would have said this and said that, and I would sit down feeling depressed, feeling like I did something wrong and everything. And I did not. And there was a relief. There was this, like a weight lifted off your shoulder. Because, a funny thing, me hear people say, oh, when they leave people, they miss. And when they leave, and I was like, yes. And I remember 2020, 2021 New Year's, right? 2021 New Year's. And I was sitting down and I was thinking to myself, whoa, I was not doing anything special. And I was like, whoa, this is the best thing. This is the best New Year's I've had in over 10 years. And I was just sitting there and I was just thinking to myself, and you see the reason why it was the best New Year's to me? Because I was by myself, enjoying myself. I wasn't sitting down wondering where my husband was. I wasn't sitting down with the outfit laid out, ready for go a party, ready for you get your pickup and no pickup. Not like that. So it was the best thing. I am telling you this now because you see, in life, not let nobody try to depress you. Not let nobody tell you, say, what you did, you shouldn't do it. Not, no. If you're in a position, if 2023 is ending and you realize that it is ending and you're still in that sad, depressing relationship, that relationship where I suck you dry like vampire, leave it, cut. And you see, when you do that, you might feel away at the beginning, but when you look back, you're going to encounter that joy that you never think would have been possible. You're going to realize that, guess what? Finally, you're living your life for yourself. You're not living worrying about what people think or anything. You're living your life for yourself. You're focusing on what makes you happy. Just a look on your happiness. You're not look on nothing more. So make sure your happiness, your purpose, that is what you focus on for this year. No business about way that a person why you fi do. No. You see, especially if it's something where you feel uncomfortable about, if somebody and nag you wanted to do this, wanted to do that, and you feel uncomfortable about it, don't do it. Don't. Because maybe if you do it, you're going to end up regret it. So make sure, say, anything will make you happy, even if the person I go vex or couple people I go vex with you about it. No, just focus on your happiness. No matter live your life trying to please people, because you see, at the end of the day, they're going to enjoy themselves at your expense. They're going to sit and laugh, live their life the best way they can at your expense, while you're sitting there worrying about making them happy, about providing food for them, sending them here, there, all of that, when you're sitting down, being uncomfortable, sad, and depressed over the situation. So don't do it. The other day, I was listening to something, and this lady, she's overseas, and the lady was talking about what she did for a man here in Jamaica. And when I was listening, I was like, people still are do them something here. Guys, please hit the like button for me, please. I was like, people still are do them something here. In a time like this, they don't see much people on the media. We always a talk about them things here, and yet still they still end up in the same situation again. So you have people, because they want to be happy, they make people who them meet online within no time twist up them head, tell them all sort of story, because they're looking for that happily ever after end. The person that tell them all them this and all them that, and they believe that yes, this person finally me meet the man of my dream, finally me meet the woman of my dream. And you feel good within yourself. You go on your bed, you smile. As morning come, you take up your phone, you call the person, you send the person sweet text and everything, until the person finally get you where they want. You realize that you're sending $200 this week, $300 next week, and so forth. No, not do it. Don't look for your happiness in nobody. No. You see, sometimes being single, it's a blessing. You have some woman, them believe say singleness is a curse. Being divorced is a curse. They believe that they can't do it. They can't be single. They need a man. No. Sometimes when you're single, that's when you find your purpose in life. That's when you get the real meaning of being happy by yourself. So no matter what you're going through once, if 2023 it was an unhealthy relationship and you work on it and you realize that it's still unhealthy, you realize that nothing not change, the person still stuck in them one ways, this I go left, that I go left, all and nothing I go right. Maybe for 2024 it's time for you to just look and just decide, say, guess what? My happiness, that is what matter. That is what I'm going to focus on. And that is the only thing, because trust me, when you focus on your happiness, that is the best thing. That is the best thing. I was saying to my mother today, because I was speaking, and funny enough, 3 people say to me today, somebody, we were speaking, and the person was saying, oh, I'm this and oh, I'm that, because the person wanted me to do something. And I'm like, why everybody want me to do them something here? And my mother said to me, say, because you are. And I'm like, really? Okay, then. Because I look back at it and I was like, okay. So everybody, because them know say me this and that, it no matter, they always want to ask you to do it, because they know say, okay, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. But you see, sometimes it's best you just stand up and you say, you know what, me not gonna do it. Or you just leave it alone. Or if you're gonna do it, you just do it and you say, you know what, maybe you won't bless me, but God will. Because that's how I look at life. For 2023, people, some craziness. When me say some craziness when me do for this year, me mean craziness. Me decide say for 2024, me not give away no more money. Me done. If nobody can ask me for no money, if the man of family no ask me for no money, and not even some family members can no ask me for no money. People, me sit down and me check how much money, me lend out and me give. I'm like, me rich, me mad. And I'm like, but wait, I send a message to, hold on, where's the next phone? I sent a message to someone that owe me some money. And I sent the message asking them if I will be able to get it. And so the person read the message and the person reply, I'll know. And I'm like, okay then. All right then. I'm like, okay, that's good. So you see my thing for 2024? People can't ask me for food. People can't ask me for clothes. But nobody no ask me for money. Don't ask me, don't call me and say, K, me I borrow $20,000. K, me I borrow $30,000. K, me I borrow 10,000. And you know what the funny thing is? When they call you, and them borrow, say them a borrow, you tell them no. You not even have $10,000 you can lend me. I want to do this, I want to do that, and then tell you the stories, them, play with your heart, And then when you say, all right, then send your banking details. All right, then collect it tomorrow. And when then collect it tomorrow, and when you forget it back, you can't get it back. So you see, for 2024, that is my big no. And I'm going to try my very best to stick to it. Anybody look for me and ask me for it? No. No. Me not even want them to finish those sentence. No. If nobody call my mother, me gonna make sure nobody not even give me the message. Because you're going to realize, say you keep on helping out people out of them like a hardship or them I go through. And you see, if the table is supposed to turn and you in the same position, you can't call nobody. You can't call nobody. Because the same set of people, them, if you call them are going to tell you, say, them not have it. Them not going to have it. And say, makes sense you call them. So for 2024, that is my thing. No, no, no. So anything you realize that you did for 2023, and when you look back now, you want to take something and lick yourself in the head, or you want to take something and just give yourself, no, just know, say, for 2024, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. So if I like me, well, Len, no, don't do it for this year. If I like some people, well, okay, what just happened? Okay, Sandra. Sandra. All right, something happening. I don't think Sandra realized what is happening, I see where she delete message. And I know Sandra, I think Sandra know how. I'm sorry, Miss Wilby. I don't think she realized what is happening. Maybe she trying to view, but I know Sandra. She's a big woman, and I don't think she know how to delete. Was hidden. All right. I forgot. Sure. She's a big woman, and I don't think she know what she did. Maybe she just pressing the phone and that happened. Right. Sorry, guys. So for 2024, make sure that your happiness that come for first. So anything we used to hold you back for 2023, let it go. If you used to sit down and say you can't do this, you're afraid to do this, make sure say for 2020, you try to overcome that fear. If you're afraid of public speaking, stand up in front of your family and talk. If you're afraid, stand up in front of the mirror and talk. If you're not a good writer, practice. Just write. Practice. If you want that job, as I said before, practice. Make sure, say, you do your research, you go prepare it. Just make sure, say, you're ready for it. Simple, put it like that. So make sure that don't look back at 2023 with regret. Make sure that anything that happened, regret it. You learn from it. No, you say to yourself, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go because me know right now people are look back and people sorry say them did do this, them sorry say them did do that. And yes, you might be sorry, But make sure, say, for 2024, you don't make the same mistake again. The same thing when me say, when me look back, I me say the len, and no now come in. Make sure, say, you don't do the same thing for 2024, because if you end up and you do it again, you don't learn from it. You don't learn from it. You don't learn. Make I know that you don't know what happened. I know you don't know, Sandra. I will call you after, Sandra, so you can fix it. Yes, right. So just make sure. You see the negativity, leave it behind in a 2023. Leave it. Because you see, negativity, it not gonna away. When you continue to dwell on the negative, it just cloud your mind, everything. It a go affect. Because before you do something, you gotta look back and you gotta say, but wait, maybe if me do this or that. If you get one little cut and maybe you gotta say this or maybe that, no. Leave the negativity behind. Just focus on positivity. Because I say when you change your mindset, the things that you think about, you see, when you change that, you're gonna realize that everything about your change, your perspective on certain things change and so forth. So just focus on that. At times, when you try to focus, on what really and truly matters to you, maybe the people around you, maybe you're going to realize that you are focusing on making yourself happy now. You're focusing on what matters to you. The people them around you, they're going to look at you. Some of them might say, oh, you're bossy. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Just remember that along the way, when you're climbing, just know, say, certain people, they're not going to come with you. They're not going to make it to the end with you. You're going to end up leave them behind. And maybe it is the person that you value the most, but because they don't see what you're working towards, maybe you're going to have to just leave them behind and just go on that journey by yourself. So don't feel any way. Just make sure that you plan properly and you have everything locked. And even sometime when you plan properly, you might realize that obstacle going to come. But make sure that you know how to overcome. Make sure that you pray. Pray. Because if it's not the will of God, it not going to accomplish. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Happy New Year when it comes, and I hope it will be a productive year for each and every one of us. Make sure that you'll spend the time with those that really matter. No matter waste your time with some people who are not important. So spend it with the people them every single day. You don't even have to tell people around you, I love you. Just make sure that the action show. Just make sure so them feel the love along the way. So thank you so much for joining, and Happy New Year all.